Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is episode 11 of Dopeless Nation. Let's go. Oh yeah. All right. Yo, what's going on? Check 1, check 2. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm talking to you. What's going on? What a beautiful day to be clean and sober, you know? What a beautiful freaking day. Waking up one more time, sober. And my hat's off to you if you're on this journey with me as well. So I don't really have a lot planned today. I don't have anything planned. I think I'm just going to put some music on and see what happens. I got a couple things rolling around in my head, but I don't want to force anything. Just want to talk. So thanks for being here with me on another episode. I'm really excited about what's to come. There's a lot of things I want to unpack and tell you guys, but I think it'll be that much more special when we get to where we're supposed to be going. I really can't wait for you to see this. So stick around. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you. Thank you so much. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If this is your first time tuning in to the Dopeless Nation podcast, thank you. This is our 11th week into this thing. We also have a website, dopelessnation.com. It's where we sell the hottest sober merch and recovery apparel on the planet. So if you haven't checked that out, check that out. And also take some time to run it back to the 10 other episodes. You know? This is 11. If this is your first time here, what are you doing? Go back to number 1. Join us on this journey. Catch up. Because we're having a lot of fun. The response is still blowing me away. I can't believe how many people tune in and where you all are tuning in from. It's pretty freaking crazy. I used to be the guy back in the day that wanted to be, always had to be in the limelight. Always had to be. I had to be the loudest one in the room. I had to be the first one to the party, the last one to leave. Had to have the funniest jokes. Always had something to say. I just wanted to be seen. And I don't know what it is about working a program, whether it's 12-step based or practicing some kind of lifestyle of recovery, where if done correctly, the ego just kind of deflates, and not in like a bad way where like I'm just like Eeyore, like, oh, nothing like that. I mean, like, I truly do feel right-sized, and it's not all the time. You know, I had somebody tell me years ago that if I really practice this way of life, what I'll come to find out is that I'm not as awesome as I think I am, and I'm not as horrible as I think I am. And that for the most part, I'm just somewhere right in between. And that's okay. It's only by the grace of God that I'm not on the streets right now just being a straight up dope fiend. So I'm really grateful to just be sitting here with you guys today, talking about whatever it is we're about to talk about. 11 weeks. Hundreds of people tuning in. You know, the goal is to have that be thousands, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know long term. I have an idea. There's a plan. But I'm really not driving this thing. And it kind of takes the fears out of what I'm expecting from this. All that stuff just kind of goes out the window. I'm learning, practicing this design for living, that the magic really happens when I get out of my own way and allow something greater than me to call the shots. I've been doing it way too long. I've been trying to do this thing my way for too long, and all that's led me to is jail time, psych wards, detoxes, halfway houses, treatment centers, rehab after rehab, hospital after hospital. And I got to tell you, it's kind of cool to just toss out any expectation I have, any idea that I think this should happen a certain way, and literally take it one day at a time. And that applies to all aspects of my life. That way of thinking bleeds into my personal relationships, my working relationships at my job, how I interact with my family these days. This idea of constantly practicing acceptance and learning how to be grateful wherever I am in any situation. Acceptance and gratitude kind of becomes the bookends where everything else just falls in between. And with those lenses on, really whatever happens throughout the day is manageable. Nothing too good or nothing too bad can happen where I got to freak out over it. Nothing can happen in my life where having a drink over it sounds like a good idea. Getting high over it sounds like a good idea. I'm slowly finding out, remaining honest, remaining teachable, and continuing to find whatever accelerant I need to pour over this fire that's currently burning deep within my soul. If I do those things, these days are, they're pretty beautiful. And I can go to bed and lay my head on the pillow, and I can thank God for another day sober. I think what I want to do right now is just read something that somebody read at a meeting last week. And when this individual read it, I don't know if it's because of their present situation or where I was in my life when I heard it, it just resonated with me so good. Like all the feels were coming up, and as I was hearing what was read, it was literally stirring my affections for recovery and the community that I really believe God has placed me in to recover. So this comes out of the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. It's at the bottom of page 151. Just gonna read through it together, and I don't know where you're at in your life right now, what your personal situations are, what you're currently struggling with, what your personal victories are in this present moment. But I kind of just want to read this and, I don't know, see how you receive it. So in regards to drinking or drugging, or both, the question is asked, have you a sufficient substitute? And then the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous says, yes, there is a substitute, and it is vastly more than that. It is a fellowship in Alcoholics Anonymous. There you will find release from care, boredom, and worry. Your imagination will be fired. Life will mean something at last. The most satisfactory years of your existence lie ahead. Thus we find the fellowship, and so will you. How is that to come about, you ask? Where am I to find these people? You're going to meet these new friends in your own community. Near you, alcoholics are dying helplessly, like people in a sinking ship. If you live in a large place, there are hundreds, high and low, rich and poor. These are future fellows of Alcoholics Anonymous. Among them, you will make lifelong friends. You will be bound to them with new and wonderful ties, for you will escape disaster together, and you will commence, shoulder to shoulder, your common journey. Yo, that's the hit right there. That's the hit right there. I don't know if any of y'all have ever read A Vision for You out of that book, but oh my gosh. Yo, let's let this guitar solo come in. Oh my gosh. Yo, it's a vibe right now, it really is. Let's just sit here and listen. Let's just let the music speak. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. Let it ride, come on. And so what I've found is that whereas before, back in the day, I thought I needed to just have all these people around me. I thought I needed to impress everybody. And I just had this multitude, this host of fair-weathered friends. And what I'm finding, living this life of sobriety these days, is that the numbers have gone down, right? The circle has gotten drastically small. The men and women that God has brought into my life. But the quality of those relationships, the value they bring into my life, I can't put a price on it. So I think the way I want to end this week's episode really isn't going to be with a lot of talking. I kind of just want to let the music ride and give you an opportunity to turn this portion of the episode up and just find that place, that quiet place where you and your higher power meet, and kind of just let the music do its thing. Just let it build. So I'm going to leave you now. I'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in to this episode, but just go with God. Turn it up. Say what you haven't said yet. Bring to the table what you haven't brought. Grab whatever it is going on, lift it up to the light, and see what God decides to do. I'll see you next week.